Today, I'm going to be on the PS4. I'm an Xbox player, level 88, 12 levels away, or 11 levels away from being max prestige. I'm on the PS4 today. Level 8, look like I'm brand new. So I'm going to give you guys some advice, some tips and tricks, and a little bit of the mindset, how I play, let you guys into that. So we're going to go into MMA. I do quick fight only, really. I do some ranked. A lot of my buddies do too, but I like picking my weight classes and who I want to fight with at the time. So we're going to get MMA ready. We're going to get stand and bang ready just in case we can't find nobody in MMA. So the two weight classes I'm going to run with today, featherweight and bantamweight. My first tip of advice to you would be to find what fighter you're comfortable with in the weight classes you like fighting. That's all the weight classes in the game, then you need to find a fighter in every weight class that you're comfortable fighting with. If you only like a few of the weight classes, then really focus on one or two fighters. So today I'm going to use Max Holloway. Oops. Sometimes that'll happen when you first click your fighter, it'll go over and click a different one. We have a very bad ping. If you see that down at the bottom in the center, that's your ping, 219. You do not want it to be really above 100. So I'm going to back out of this fight. Go on to the next one. But another tip of advice for you guys, don't worry too much about the levels, you know. If you see somebody has like the red background, purple background, pink background, that doesn't mean they're going to win the fight. You could still be better than them, so you're not going to get better unless you keep challenging yourself in the game and keep losing fights. See, this ping isn't that bad. We're sitting around 98, 100. That's pretty normal. So that's a pretty good connection. He's going to use a creative fighter. For all you new players out there, you can make a creative fighter. Use him or her in any weight class that you want, even in online fights. So I don't do that too much. I'm not good with my creative fighters, but some people love them. Some people use them way better than I use Max Holloway. All right.
Coming up next, it's a UFC featherweight division fight.
After this fight, I'll turn the commentary off so you guys can hear me better during the fights. Sorry, I forgot to do it before this one. That's how I have it on my Xbox. Respect. Hopefully you guys can't hear me hitting the buttons too much, but here we go. Some pretty cool gloves. So to touch somebody's glove, you're going to hold down the L2 button on PS4, and on Xbox that would be the left trigger, I believe. So right here, I'm not even holding my block, I'm just going side to side. You move faster if you don't hold your block, but obviously you're more vulnerable. Right there, I just did a little side step to see if he's going to throw that way. You do that by holding L1 on PS4, and then with your left joystick, just flicking it down to do that. To go the other way, you just flick it up. I'm going to come at him with a few feints. To do that, you're just going to hit whatever strike you would usually throw. So for example, I'm throwing the jab, I'm hitting triangle, but then I'm immediately hitting my block, and that's going to feint it. So if I didn't hit my block, it would just throw. But since I'm hitting my block, I'm feinting it. He doesn't know what I'm going to do. Just keeping it tricky for a second. We're about 1 minute and 20 in, so now I'm going to start throwing a few things. My mindset when I play personally, I don't throw too many overhands. I'm not going to throw too many big strikes right off the rip, especially. It's going to be a lot of jabs, maybe some hooks. Jab to lead body, stuff like that. I feel like most people don't focus on defense, and that's where you should focus on first. Because if you have very poor defense, it doesn't matter how good your offense is. They can throw one strike if it's in round 3 and knock you out. So I would definitely work on that defense before you start really working on your offense. My number one key to my defense is my footwork. I don't even really need to hold my block in some fights. especially if they're predictable. But when you see him hunting heavy to the head like that, even if you do have good footwork, you should put up that guard. And if you really pay attention to what side they like to throw at, your side steps can be even more effective.
Kick to the body now, that one won't land.
That side kick to the body that he did, almost like that Wonder Boy side kick, does not land very much. So be careful throwing that, guys. If your creative fighter has that, or if you're using Wonder Boy. I don't throw that repetitively. I think this front kick works a lot better. To throw that, you're going to hold R1, L2, and triangle down. I mean, not triangle, but X. If you're too close, it's going to throw the knee instead. But you see that he's just throwing 1-2 so predictable. I'm going to hit him with the front kick to back him up. I feinted it first. Let me get the front kick out there. And then with this last minute, I'm really going to start to be more aggressive. I see that his stamina is really drained, so I'm going to work the body, work my boxing. Use my head movement. So with head movement, you can do it while you're holding your block. With the right joystick, you just flick it back, for example, to do that. But I like to time it. I'll throw my jab out, and then I won't even hold my block, and I'll lean back because you have a way quicker animation on how fast you lean back. And for example, you can flick that joystick down or up, and he's going to weave either way. And just be patient, man. You have 3 rounds to work. Sometimes you have 5 rounds. Depending on your settings, accelerated clock, real-time clock, you have a lot of time to work with. Your main objective should be not to get caught, especially early in the fight, you know. Wait for it to play out a little bit. Try to see what your opponent likes to do.
All right, DC, second round is getting underway. Round 1.
It's easier said than done sometimes, especially if people are coming at you with you know, 15-punch combinations sometimes and stuff. So just do your best. Every fight's not going to be the same. You got to remember that too. Just because you might have beat 10 people a certain way doesn't mean that next guy you fight doesn't have an answer for that. So you just got to be ready. Switch it up. So right there, I seen he was going to throw the hook. I leaned back with the right joystick, just flipped it right to the left. That's how I'm doing that right there. And then I'm immediately throwing the hook, which would be L1 and triangle from where I'm at. So I'm throwing the jab first, which is just hitting triangle, throwing it out there. Real slow striking, and then in a second, I'll pick up my pace. This is what I like to do with Nick Diaz too, man. You just keep it slow at first. Keep that pace real slow. And then when they don't expect it, you turn it up, see? He's trying to judge that. If somebody's attacking your body, you want to hit him with uppercuts. Try to time that uppercut. You can flash knock him out, do a lot of damage to him.
And once again, looking for that highlight reel KO with that front kick.
But yeah, me personally, my style works really well with footwork, especially if I'm Max Holloway, Jermaine Durand to me, another fighter I'll use next.
Big punch lands over the top. How's he going to follow this one?
I'm going to show you guys one fight with each of them. Hopefully one win. If I don't win the next one, I'll do one more.
So he's really starting to put together some
So right here, I'm just throwing that front body kick. Showed you guys how to do that. The jab, the front body kick, moving side to side.
He told us Thursday that he was going to be kick heavy tonight, and that is certainly
I'm going to come in with a straight in a second, so I'm going to hit square. I'm going to go into an uppercut, which is triangle and circle together, and then right back to a straight.
Look at him chopping the wood.
Nice leg kick.
Oh, he found the target there. That'll work.
I'm going to try to pressure him a little bit, let him throw some strikes. Just back him up a little bit. Come in with the jab, then throw my combination. Then I see my stamina's low, so I back up and reset. You always want to watch that stamina. Your stamina is your best friend in this game, man. You don't want to let it drain too much. It will happen depending on your fighter. My fighter has amazing cardio, so I'm not too worried about it. But if you're Conor McGregor, somebody who has a shorter gas tank, you need to keep that in mind.
Nice punch by Max blessed Holloway.
So right here, I'm just boxing a little bit.
Well, he
let him throw off some strikes.
DC punches in bunches.
He hit me with 2 knees in a row. Not too worried about it, so we hit 3. I throw up my guard.
Lands for him. He is really putting his strikes together.
Now I'm going to try to catch him with a counter because he's throwing that over and over. Side step, spinning back kick. timed it with a front kick, so my character fell.
15 seconds to go.
And we're not desperate for the finish. Another piece of advice is never be desperate for the finish. You know, if it ends up going to decision, it ends up going to decision. But you know, you just gotta be patient. Let the finish come organically. You'll have a way better result.
In using all weapons that are available to him. He hits elbows. He uses punches, kicks, but his knees have improved to the point that he can dictate and control a round by using just those.
All right, so another round is now underway.
Touching gloves. If you guys forgot, you just hold L2 on the Xbox. That would be left trigger, back left trigger. Here we go. I'm throwing out those jabs. I love throwing the jabs, coming in, leaning back with my hook. For you guys on my team or anybody who spars me on the regular, it's a good thing for you to hear probably. So right there, I'm hitting jabs, and then every now and then I'm going to come in with the body hook, but I don't want to be repetitive with it because I see he's throwing uppercuts in. So if you don't time it well, you're going to get caught with one of those heavy strikes he's throwing.
Those hands never leave.
Right now I'm going in and out with my footwork. With the left joystick, I'm hitting it left and then right, going in and out, just moving my character back and forth. Coming in with the front kick, and then there's my combos. That's one of my favorite things too, the jab to the short hook.
Powerful leg kick land.
I'm gonna go jab, lean back hook.
What a tricky head kick.
You gotta be careful with that front kick. It's a very powerful move. Also the spinning back kick. If you lean into those, it's very bad. So right there, he almost caught me with a huge overhand, but I weaved it. He did a nice 1-2 uppercut right there. It's a good combination. Right here, I'm just keeping the striking slow until I want to change the speed up. As long as my block's up, he's not breaking my block, I'm not in too much danger. He's going to go to that body every now and then. I've basically already seen everything he has to offer me. So now it's just up to me in the next 2 minutes to finish the fight, if it happens, or win the decision. That jab, so that usually works pretty well. So now we're going to go 2 body shots. We're going to go 1 body shot and then back to 2. At this point, I think he's just feeling a little bit overwhelmed. Still got to be really careful with that uppercut. He wasn't expecting the body shots at first, so that's why they worked. But now he sees it coming, so he's going uppercut overhand. Try to throw that spinning back fist.
Strong defense there to block the shot.
So go to his head for a second, and then with the last 30, we are really going to go for the body. If he's still there. Weave. Let him get back up, and we got 30 seconds to get this man's body. So let's go. We're going to go jab to spin and body. I really thought he was going to throw an uppercut right there. That would have been a bad scenario for me, so we got the knockout.
Crowd loving it, just a gorgeous shot there to end the fight. Really,
so that's a little bit of the insight on how I play with Max Holloway, just in general when I'm on the feet like that.
Nicely done to finish the fight. Well, he's going to enjoy watching this one back. Let's take a look.
Give you a little bit of the mindset if you are interested in playing like me. Like when to hold your block, when to not hold your block, stuff like that. How I move my feet, stuff like that.
So a strong candidate for some bonus money there. A huge knockout for him here tonight.
We're going to try to find a Jermaine Durandamy fight now. I'm going to do this fight and then end the video. Appreciate you guys watching. If it's your first time watching, make sure you hit that subscribe and like button down there. We do UFC 4 content all the time. I'll also be doing some UFC 3 stuff. Any of my team members watching, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you guys. I should have set the setting to bantamweight only because we're going to keep getting featherweight fights. Just let me back out. think for a lot of you new guys starting the game, Max Holloway is a very safe bet to play with a featherweight. I also like using Zabit, Calvin Kattar, Jose Aldo, McGregor, Poirier. A lot of good options there, but Max Holloway is a real safe bet. You can't go wrong with that 99 cardio I think he has. So his punch power I think is only 85, so keep that in mind. If you're only a big puncher, you know, not a volume puncher, probably going to want to go with McGregor in that weight instead, because he has a very powerful 1-2, and that left hook is deadly. So just keep in mind what you bring to the table and what, you know, how you're trying to fight when you pick your fighter. Alright, so here we are at women's bantamweight. They're going Holly Holm. We're going random. Alright. Hopefully we got a big challenge on our hands. Show you guys my mindset when I'm getting beat up. Win or lose, I'll end the stream on this fight because it'll actually be good for you guys to see my mindset during a loss. So here we go. I just feel like usually if somebody picks random, you know you're about to have a good fight.
And we are underway.
Because they're comfortable with any fighter in that weight class. So this might be the weight this person fights at only. This could be a second account. You really never know. Just because he's a level 5 doesn't mean he can't play. So I'm going to give him all the respect in the world until I figure out what he's about. Right now, I'm feinting the jab, going to side. It looks like he caught onto that, so he threw the hook that way. So that means they throw a hook, head kick, something like that, real heavy to the side, you're going like this at, you're going to get hurt or you're going to get knocked out. So you got to be really careful with those side-to-side movements. If you guys forgot, that's L1 and then flicking the left joystick up and down. So on Xbox, that would be LB and then the left joystick, obviously. So I'm keeping my distance. I've seen they whiffed on a heavy kick. That's when I will actually throw my jab, maybe even double it up. Hold my low block from right here because I don't think they can get a head kick, but I think they can get some leg kicks. And Jermaine Durandamy has the perk that is steel. What is it called? Steel checks or something like that. And that gives your opponent more damage on their leg when they actually get checked by the leg kick. So it's hurting her way more when she gets checked by me than when she's kicking me.
Well, she's got a good jab.
She's mixing up the 1-2 and then just coming in with a leg kick. So I'm going to come in with some combinations when they step in again.
Oh man, I hate to laugh, but she lands another kick there, and now you're really starting to see that visible damage on the other side.
So right now I'm thinking a lot of their game, 1-2 leg kick, some head kicks mixed in. I don't feel too much of a threat anywhere yet. Little four punch combination right there. We're just letting them throw. Very little by little there, wasting that stamina.
Straight right hand, unable to connect. Man, she might punch harder than you. Nice connection.
Some jabs out there.
I don't know about that, John, but she is a
getting used to it. So right there, I pivoted wrong before I did that nice one, and I pivoted right into the leg kick.
Well, she's been good tonight,
to throw the jab to the front kick. You can do that not stepping in, and it's going to throw a knee if they get too close, and it's going to look like that. But you can also do that stepping in, and it's going to, let me show you. If you do it stepping in, it's going to usually push them back. Like that. So now I'm going to weave left. I think that's left. Come in with the jab, the body. I really try to watch what they're doing and then think about what I'm going to do. I don't come into the fight usually like I'm just going to throw calf kicks. Sometimes I do, but try to just let the game plan develop as the fight goes on, if that makes sense. It's one of my tips for you guys. Just because you land a lot of head kicks in fights doesn't mean you should be so head kick dependent that if you don't land those head kicks, you lose the fight. You got to have other areas you can win the fight too. Like I could come out here and grapple, but there's no need right now because I'm doing what just seems to be working at this moment. I'm sure grappling, if I really wanted to, I could make that work, but there's no reason to force it.
Round 2 is now upon us. How do you approach the first round in a fight?
Kind of just working with what my opponent gives me.
Round number 1 is usually the round where you gotta
I also
make
switch
sure
stance.
you aren't
I feel more
putting
comfortable
yourself
right
in
here.
danger.
Some
We
people
saw that
like to
from
go
both
wherever the
these
fighters are
young
chosen.
We saw that they were both a little bit tentative, but right
So if you
now
are
it's
like me, definitely look at that
spectacular.
switch stance rating.
Oh, she connects there. Beautiful punch.
Great
So I like
punch,
to
but
switch
what's
stances,
next?
mix it up.
What is she gonna use to follow it
Try to
up?
come in with that step knee.
Oh, nice jab.
They try to get me with a hook, so I weave
Timing her
the
shots
back.
nicely here tonight.
It's really hard to weave back
Doing a
those head
great
kicks. I
job,
have did it,
not
but
only being active,
difficult.
She is so accurate.
so another quick
She's on
animation I
point
always
tonight.
do. I'm going to come in with the jab, and then I'm immediately going to throw that lead body hook. So jab to lead body like that.
Been there for her tonight at times. Not that time.
I was hoping they didn't throw a kick that way. Sometimes,
Well,
you know,
she's
it
been good
is a hope.
tonight, but
You
she
really
missed
don't
with
know.
that.
Like right there, they threw a kick when I was in the middle of the pivot step.
Oh, she works the
So
body
I got
as well
caught.
as anybody in this
Lead
division.
leg
Another
kick.
strike there, and these shots are really going to take their toll as this
Right
fight
now, we're
moves
really
on.
just flowing. I
Good stick.
don't really know what they're going to do
Oh, nice.
per se with their jabs or hooks.
Opponents are
But either way, I'm ready for it.
On that hook. What a great job.
That's just kind of how I'm fighting right now. They're mixing up the jabs and
Well,
hooks
she's
nice.
really putting it all together on the feet, DC, staying busy and certainly staying accurate.
She's known for
now
her
we're basically
hands,
just boxing.
and this is why.
And both fighters exchange in the pocket.
Right hand landed.
I see they're getting hook heavy, so I'm going to throw that jab,
Well, Rousey's
step
lower
back,
jaw does not look good. I don't think it's broken,
jab body,
but starting to
jab
show
body.
some obvious signs of swelling.
If they keep it open, I'll keep doing it, especially if I don't see an
Just like we
uppercut.
saw in round 1, there is her patented
They're not
hook
showing
yet
me
again.
any indication that they're going to throw an uppercut to stop me from doing that and show me any real threat from doing that.
Absolutely had a striking advantage.
So I'm just hitting them
More
with that steep it.
specifically, throwing hooks.
Real fast
She doesn't
animation,
loop it.
jab to
Her
the body.
elbow is tight. Her opposite
I'll let them
hand
throw
is
them leg
at
kicks. I'm
chin.
really not
She
worried about it.
pivots on the
I don't
front
think they can
leg.
take much
She
more of
throws
this.
her entire body into that
And this would have
strike
never
that might
been my
sheer
game plan coming in, but this is
so many
just what their
knockouts
style
with that
gave me.
one specific punch.
Able to check
Now that
the
we're
high
backed
kick.
up, we're going to throw some jabs. If they keep pressuring me, they're going to keep getting those body shots.
Nice kick.
But if not, that was a nice three-piece he hit me with.
Continues to mix it up, going to the head.
His body's
mixing in
getting
some
real
body
bad,
shots. Well, she has certainly
Nice
picked
hooks.
up the
Now we're
pace
gonna
here
lean
in
back.
round 2 and starting to find herself in the pocket a little bit. She was a little bit hesitant in round 1.
For somebody with head movement, like how I fight, you don't want to throw hooks and go right back into it. You want to like throw a hook and then come in with like a straight or something, because that's going to counter how I lean back.
15 seconds to
If you
go.
just come in with hooks,
Oh, big punch land.
I can counter that all day. But I don't do too much of this. Some people have different styles, they only do that. It all depends on who you're fighting, you know. But if you're fighting somebody who leans back like me, you want to throw those straights. You don't want to throw hooks. Keep that in mind. Alright guys, we're almost at the end of the video. If you guys are still here, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I try to release like 2 videos a day.
Yeah, and that's what
We're
we're
just
going
gonna
to
keep it going, keep grinding.
Focus on the knockdown.
Here we go.
Because it looked like
Last round.
All right, we have arrived at our next round. A huge 5 minutes upon us here in terms of the career.
Like I said, we're not desperate for the finish.
and this is the moment where somebody's going to have to bite down on the mouth guard.
Look at my stamina. It's barely even touched just because I'm fighting patient. I'm really only, in my opinion, landing when I see a good opportunity. I'm not just throwing wild. If you want to aim and fire, you don't want to just throw and pray. If that makes sense. Israel Adesanya quote.
She looks like she could go 10 hard fives tonight if need be.
So now they're coming in with the straight, so then that's when I start moving my head to the side and side.
Well, she's been good tonight, but she missed without it.
And I'm okay with just being super defensive, letting them waste the whole gas tank. Their offense isn't really that calculated, so it's not doing any damage.
All right, nice job by her to sort of shell up defensively.
We're coming
here
to
and
the
prevent
body.
any of these shots from getting through.
She is taking no
Get some more
damage,
Stipe going.
and she's so on point defensively. Ooh, what a punch.
Now I'm putting heavy pressure with my jabs. I think I'm going to the body, so I'm just going to keep doing those jabs with
I don't know if
decent flow. Probably really annoying this player.
And now sides with conviction.
Jermaine has one of the best jabs in the game, I think. And if you can time it well with the feints, and just the timing in general, the distance, do a lot of damage with it. Lean back. That was a very nice straight. I think they lunched straight right there. Weave that, hit him with the body, take the jab, go another body, and overhand. Thought that was going to be open. Good block by my opponent.
Well, she is en route to a loss tonight. The cardio has really
now I'm just pressuring them, let them throw all their strikes. They're going to get uncomfortable with me in their face, even if I'm not throwing, just the pressure in general. They have nowhere to move. So I see a lot of hooks. Lean.
Nice punch there.
Massive body shot. Massive strike. Great attempt. Great attack. And it landed perfect.
That was a poor slip on my part right there. I was too far away.
Better, DC, finding the range with relative ease here tonight.
She's doing a great job of timing everything. She is seeing.
So this player, just in 3 rounds of playing me, is getting really better at timing how I slip their hooks and connect. Ooh, good fight, bro. He took a lot of those combinations right there. If that player could just add in some uppercuts when I'm going for those body strikes and time them well, I get caught like that all the time. It's just adding things into your game that help you beat fighters of certain styles and help benefit your style. My advice to new players, my last bit of advice before I end this video. Before I learned everything in the game, every week, every day, I would learn something different and then implement that all day, even if that made me lose fights. And then eventually that's just going to be like muscle memory, and even if you don't use, for example, a standing guillotine, leg locks, submission defense very much, anything, whatever it is, you're still going to have it in case you need to. So that's my advice for you guys. Anything you need to work on, get better at, keep working on it, keep losing fights with it. And go from there, man. But yeah, thank you for watching the stream. Diet Boot here. I am out. I'll see you guys later.
Power was going to be the difference. So which...
For the stream, man, shout out to the Discord, man. Shout out to the team.